record this video. Okay, it's recorded now. So, how is going with the lab? Everything is okay?
It's good for me, at least.
Supposed to be straightforward, right? It's just up counter that it's gonna be a BCD or it's gonna be hex, right? And it's connected to the first digit of the 7-segment display, right? I'm gonna start putting the grades for the previous labs by this weekend, so you guys can see it on your grade chart. When is the midterm due by, Professor? I think I wrote this before, right? It's July 3rd to the July 5th, right? That makes sense? I think I mentioned that before, right?
So it's by midnight, July 5th?
Yes, 11:59
cool.
p.m. Yes,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome. No, but remind me, I think I messaged you guys an announcement about it, right?
Yeah, you messaged an announcement with it.
Yes. Okay, anyway, so since there is nothing about, the previous lab, so I'm gonna start sharing my screen for you guys for the new lab. And, we will go to go. So screen, start sharing. Then I will be writing as I did before with you guys in the Discord, right? Everybody can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so today we will be talking more about lab 4, right? What is lab 4 mission will be? So first of all, you guys in the lab 3, you learn about, in theory, you learn about, up counter, and this up counter, it could be counting into 15s, which is hex, or counting into 9, which is BCD. Then the skills outcome that you're gonna be actually work on it, which is a 7-segment display part. Correct? Now in lab 4, we're gonna complicate it a little bit. What does it mean complicated? It's not really complicated, but it's just like, it's adding more into it. So since that was up counter, we're gonna make down up counter. Is it clear? So we're gonna make the circuit as up, down, counter, up, down, counter. But is it up, down, counter hex, or up, down, counter BCD, or both? So most likely, the best it will be having both. So you're gonna be up, down, counter BCD, or up, down, counter hex. So you can have the luxury to, while you're demonstrating, to turn some button, then they're gonna be up, down BCD. Or you click another thing, they're gonna be up, down hex. So from your point of view, how many selector or control bits do we need?
Would it be a 2-bit selector?
It is 2-bit selection. He's right. Why? With the first bit, it's gonna tell us I'm up or down. Correct? And then you need another 1 bit. It's gonna tell us I'm gonna be BCD, I'm gonna be hex. You guys agree? So that's a switch, and this is a different switch. Definitely, this is a counter. Do you guys agree? So that means I need what button to act as what reset, right? So far so good. Any questions so far? Should I continue?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the first part. So this is module level. Module level. Now, what is the second part? You guys demonstrating lab 3 in 1 digit. Do you guys agree? Now, we're gonna demonstrate this up-down counter in 4 digit. So representing the results on 7-segment display using 4 digit. So to do that, you need to do what? From your point of view. First, you need to expand the 7-segment display from 1 digit to 4 digit, right? I gave you that video. It's somewhere in the course material for 3300. That's first part. Second part, how I'm gonna make an up-down counter in 4 digit? From your point of view, how are you gonna do that? So pretty much, this counter, the output of it is how many bits? Hello?
It's 4.
4
Wait.
bits,
Yeah,
right? And every 4 bit is representing 1 digit. Do you agree?
correct.
So that means if I would like to control 4 7-segment display digits, so that means I will have 4 cascaded up-down BCD hex counters. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's draw that, right? So now I have a digit 1. I have digit 2. I have digit 3. I have digit 4. Correct? Now, in the bottom here, I'm gonna have what? Instantiate the up down BCD hex counter, up down BCD hex, up down BCD hex, up down BCD hex. Then you know this 4 will be connected here, 4 connected here, 4 connected here, 4 connected here. That makes sense? But how gonna work? Still, there is some details is missing here, right? One of the detail is still we're gonna have the clock manager. Do you remember the clock manager to slow down the 7-segment display thing? Do you remember? Do you remember the clock manager we made in lab 3? Which is multiplexer with counter, 32-bit up counter, and so on. Do you still remember that or no?
Yes, yeah, just adding that into this one.
Exactly, because they're gonna be a part of this, right? That's a part of the how you display speed or fast, right? Because you know you are controlling you're controlling those, right? You're controlling how you're gonna be counting. So that the clock manager doesn't have anything with this digit, but it has something with this counter, right? So the clock of these counters would be coming from the clock manager. And all of them synchronous, right? So that means, you know, all of them would share the same clock. That makes sense? So if I draw it like this, I will draw it like that, right? 1 box, 1 box, 1 box, 1 box, right? Here's the clock, here's the clock, here's the clock, here's the clock. And then, you know, all of them share the same clock. And that clock is coming from the clock manager. And that clock manager, it has 5 switches. Do you remember? 5 switches. And it, of course, it takes the clock from the XDC and the reset, which is gonna be a button, and you know, that's it. And this is what the clock. That's a counter we are talking about here. That makes sense? Any question regarding the part? Hello?
Makes sense.
Good. Now let's move to the next trick because we are trying to cover everything about the lab, right? If I create a watch, okay? So if I make 2 digits here, that's a 2 digit. Digits 1, digit 0. If I decided to make this up counter from your point of view, how I'm gonna be counting? I'm gonna be counting, is it BCD or hex? You guys agree? So if I say BCD, this will count like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, the second digit, it was 0. Right? Huh. When it's 9, I will back to 0, but then I will increment this by 1. Right? It will represent 10. Correct? Then, I will go back again: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When I will go back to 0, that will be incremented one more time to be 2. Then I will keep doing this until, I will reach the point that, 99. And if I don't have more than digits, what I will return it back? I'll return it back to 0, 0. Right? But if I have a 3 digit, then, I will, after 9, 9, and here is 0, they're going to tend to be 1 and then 0, 0, and I continue. If I have, for instance, 4 digit, they're going to be what? Up to 99, 9. And then, after that, I will make it like this and I continue. What I'm saying makes sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. So to achieve such a kind of thing, from your point of view, how are you going to do it? To achieve it, it's simple. Back to this. What are we going to do? Let's think about what we're going to do. We will have enable for every counter. Right? Now, that enable is a little bit crazy. You know why? Because this counters can be up or down, hex, BCD. Right? So we have to think about something to create that will do this, like a finite state machine or some statements or some case statements, because we are using behavior now, right? So one of the things that you need to think about, when you turn on 9 in this case, when you turn 9 here in this case, right, you will be sure that you will create something is called enable out. That enable out, when the 9 happens, it tends to be 1. And that 1 will be connected here. So this guy will be counting. But definitely the second cycle, that will be 0 because I've turned it back to 0. So that guy will be 0. So this will stuck as a 1. Then next time, they're going to turn it to be again 1. Then they're going to be 2. They're going to be again 0. And then you continue until, move forward. Then the same thing, enable out here, it will be connected here. Enable out here is connected here, so you're making it cascade. Does it make sense?
Could you repeat
Makes-
that one more time, possibly?
Again. Now, if you create, basically what you are trying to do here, and how you're gonna change this representation of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then the second digit will be incremented. So pretty much you need to enable, right? You need something to hold, release, right? How are you gonna do that? Every single box, it will have enable in, enable out, enable in, enable out, enable in, enable out, enable in, enable out. Okay? Then enable out of this is connected to the enable in of this. Enable out of this is connected to enable in of this. Enable out of this is connected to enable in of this. It's cascading, right? This one, sorry. This one, what you can do is you can just make it switch. Right? Because you would like to stop everything or you would like to continue everything. It's up to you. right? Or you can just put 1 on it. Just make it dummy. Work all the time, right? You can just put 1 here. Now, what is enable out? It's a signal that it will be taking combination of multiple things. It's gonna take the combination of the controller of up or down and the controller of hex or BCD. Do you agree or not? So pretty much inside this box, there will be a little block like this. This little block, it has the selector of BCD, and it has the selector of up down, and it has the status of this number, and it will produce enable out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is it clear what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, basically, no, you're taking into consideration I'm up or down. I am BCD or I'm hex. Because, if I'm hex, enable out will not be 1 in 9. It will be 1 in F, right? You understand what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Another thing that you need to put in your consideration. Let me find a different color. So what is the thing? The controller of every every counter is the same, right? You already have 4. Here's 2-bit, 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 2-bit. This 2-bit is the selector of the BCD and hex. This is 2-bit of the selector and BCD and hex. The same thing and same thing. All of them the same. So the same switches. Cool. There is something else is not clear, but I'm sure that you guys will figure it out. The story of making enable in, enable out, enable in, enable out, it might work in the first digit, second digit. That makes sense? But it will not work in the third and fourth digit. Somebody can tell me why. Let's make the scenario. So now, we are based on 9. The second one will work. Based on 9 here, third one will work. But you forgot something. 9 is here, right? And this will be hooked on. And now, we are actually making 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. But this is still 9. So what will happen? This guy is still running. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So the third almost needs to be able to read the current status of the second digit and the first.
Exactly. So that means, we're gonna, the third one is not just enable of this. It's actually what cascading of the second. So you're gonna make like an end like this. From this and this. And you continue because you want it to be, it's just increment in 99, not in 90 and 91 and 92 and 93 and 94 and 95 and so on. That makes sense? Same thing for the fourth. I just give the example now about the up counter. Down counter, you're gonna figure it out, of course. And hex is same thing with F, right? And then you can come out with a very smart way to combine everything together to make it a smart enable out, and it will work. That's basically the little challenge you have. Other than that, it's really easy peasy. So should I start writing it down into the Discord? Or everything is clear so far?
Yeah, we can. You can write on the Discord. I guess if we have more questions, we can always ask you.
Definitely, there is no problem. But again, lab 4, here is information. Let me just jump to the Discord and I share my screen with you guys, and you guys can tell me, if I miss anything in the writing, So I can just go ahead and do it, okay? So let me share Discord. Stop sharing here. Okay. Lab 4. Up, down, counter, B, C, D. Everybody can see my writing, right? B, C, D, hex.
Yeah, we can see it.
4-digit from the 7-segment display. To achieve this, you still need to use the power management clock, which is 32 bits up counter. Its output connected to a max 32 by 1, which means 5 switches for controlling the speed. This output is considered the clock for the cascaded and 4-bit up, down, BCD hex counters. Be sure to understand the idea of involving both selectors BCD and X select bit with up, down, select bit with the current status of the counter to represent the enable out, which will be used later to enabling the next counter and performing. Moreover, remember the case of the third and fourth digit, which will work in example for up BCD every time 9 will appear, but the case of 9 in second digit while you are reaching the third digit will need to put in the configuration the first digit to be 9 as well to start the third digit to count. And this lab work will be distributed as follows. 1, 50% on demonstration. Second, 25% on test bench and 25% on random question. If you decide to present the work during the meeting, while if you load your work on GitHub your grade will be 50% on demo and 50% on this bench. Be clear on who did what, as you cannot share your grade with others. You paid money for your success, not for others. Is it clear? Everybody saw whatever is written? Anything else you guys want me to write to clear it more? Hello?
Yeah,
Supposed to be clear, right?
Professor,
Yes, sir.
can you clarify how many switches in total? Because I know there's 5 for the speed.
Number of switches, right? I mean, you can have more. It's up to you. But I'm not. I don't want to try it for something. But 5 switches, speed, right? 1 switch. 1 switch for BCD X. 1 switch for up, down. Cool. So 1, 1, 1. Then 1 button for reset. You can actually create optional. It's up to you. 1 switch for enabling the first counter. Because remember, you're gonna make it just 1 counter and instantiate it 4 times. That's it. Or you could connect the first enable to 1. Always work. Any other question? Hello. Hello. Any questions? Any problem? Any concern?
Not yet. Not regarding the lab.
But it's clear, right?
it makes sense in theory. It'll just be us trying to figure it out in practice.
To be honest with you, the only trick in the whole entire lab is what? Is not to build up down counter. It's simple. You saw in front of you the counter, right? I made up BCD hex, right? Down is gonna be another if statement, right? That's it. The trick, it will be how to make the enable out. That's it. Which is half an hour work. It's a little bit tedious, a little bit. You can make it 2 enables, 1 for the BCD, 1 for the hex. Then up down for each. I mean, whatever you think it's actually smart, do it. But as I can tell you, it's very simple. Any questions? Any concern regarding this new lab? Any problem? Hello.
I have a question, but not regarding the lab.
Regarding what? Tell me.
I missed the first 5 minutes, so maybe you talk about it then. The midterm, is there a
The midterm is gonna be from July, which is today, 8 o'clock in the morning, to July 5th, July 3rd, which is today, to July 5th, 11:59 p.m. So you have what? 3rd, 4th, 5th. You have 3 days.
is there any chance it could be extended by any chance? Just
Extend more than 3 days?
it's just I don't know how is the format or simply yes I'm it's in my case I don't know about others, but I have a trip and it's gonna be a little bit difficult for me. So if other people also agree to extend it a little bit more, will be fantastic. If not, I can also adjust. It's,
I think I think the exam will take 1 hour to finish. So 1 hour
really?
in 3 days is not really hard.
Okay. Is it time or we have or once or it's already up and we can check it and start doing it anytime?
You can start now if you want. It's already open since 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, then never mind, I guess.
So basically you have to go into the Canvas modules here. Look here, CPP. After you finish, you just load it into the grid scope. I'm sure that you got the message yesterday on in your email for the grid scope.
Yep. I got the email yesterday.
Yeah. So let me just show you the exam. Where is it? Canvas. Courses. This one, right? Okay. Click here, modules. Here, midterm. Everybody can see it in his own, let me see if I edit it. Yeah, it's July 3rd from 8 o'clock in the morning is already released. And here is how to submit a guideline. And here is document format. Here is the PDF format. But of course, in the guideline, it will tell you have to submit it as what? As a PDF. And when you submit it here. Look, and grade scope. Click. Here's the exam option.
Is there a link on the guide to Gradescope, or we have to Google it ourselves?
Just for good school. You already have an email received. You received an email. Here, I can show you. Here's the roster. Look. Here. Look. All of you guys received an email yesterday. Okay. Using your email from Calpoli CPP. Is it clear?
Yes.
Did you guys receive the email? How many of you guys received it?
I did.
Yeah, okay, so everybody received. Good. Huh. Anything else that you guys want me to add here?
The solutions?
Solutions, please.
That's not fair, man. Anyway.
If I get 1 million likes on TikTok, can you please give us all 100?
You want to give 100 in what, in this quiz or in the midterm or the final or what?
I was joking.
I know, I'm just joking. I'm joking too, but anyway. So what what else you guys like to discuss? Honestly, this lab is really simple. I used to make hard labs more than this, but you know, this one is really easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And I'm gonna start doing the lemonade. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, thank you. Anyway, if there is nothing else, you know, we discussed for today, you know, I wish you guys safe trip to whatever you're gonna do, and nice holidays, happy 4th of July, and I'm sure that you guys will succeed. You know, it's really trivial. Just do your best, and you know, let's see what will happen. Okay, don't forget to load your stuff on the GitHub repo for the labs, and be sure that you know you make like every new lab like in a small folder, say lab 4, lab 3, whatever, so it will be easy for me to track it inside your group. And in the weekend, I will be start posting the grades for the lab 0, lab 1, lab 2, lab 3. Okay. So if you didn't finish lab 3, you still have to the weekend. Sounds good?
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, guys. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank
Stay
you,
safe,
Professor.
okay? Talk to you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Professor, one other question.
Sure.
So is it okay when submitting the midterm I submit like I do it on like a separate sheet of paper and then scan it and then submit it to
You
the
have to make it in a
Gradescope? Is that
PDF.
okay? Yeah, and then yeah, I'll make it into a PDF, but it's
But you
okay
have
I
to
use
have
like
it on the
separate,
page.
right? Oh, you want the question with it?
Yeah, because how I'm
Or
gonna be grading. That's just the, you know, I'm using it
okay,
live.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Edward, do you have any question?